on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. After the night right now. And Towns drops them both.
Probably as close you can have at the free throw line.
6 left to play in the first half. No good for Mr. Perfect.
Well, after that great first quarter from outside, he's cooled down here.
The pass to Levine. They're unable to get the tying basket there. San Antonio leading. Here's Mr. Perfect. He's got 23. Jumper off the screen. Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession.
It's still early on in this new basketball season for San Antonio. And here's where they sit in the NBA rankings. First in shooting percentage. First in three-point shooting. And they're also #1 in free throw shooting. A team that makes foul shots gives itself and its coaching staff a lot of confidence.
You said it all right there. The hottest shooting team in the league. And that tells you not only are they shooting it well, but they're also focused on creating terrific opportunities for one another.
From deep three-point range.
And he got off to a nice start, but has slowed down here in the second quarter.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, over to you.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Nuggets delivered quite a performance. He finished with 45 points, as he usually does, really knocking down shots from beyond the arc. Numbers like that make you anxious to see what he can do next time out.
Thanks, Doris, for revisiting what was an astounding performance.
Yeah, that's certainly one that we'll be talking about here for a long time.
I'd say it would make it to his greatest hits file. No doubt about it.
San Antonio with the ball, following the bucket by the Timberwolves.
And he does it again. What can you say? The defense continues to allow him to get open out there. They've got to know that he can knock down that shot. Put somebody on him.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
He got it up. And down it goes just as the clock hits 0.
How about the timing? An unbelievable touch on that one.
Those are the ingredients you need for the recipe of buzzer-beating magic.
And so that's the end of the first half. Spurs lead by 6. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in a bit. The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. You look at Freak in this game, he has been everywhere.
Yeah, created a lot of quality shots for himself in that first half, and he knew when to pass it up when the double team came.
And that led to a very high points per shot number for him. For those of you that are into analytics, that stat really tells how efficient a player has been, and he's been very efficient so far.
Mr. Perfect in at shooting guard. Aldridge out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Matthew Dellavedova, and it's Sharp in at the center position. And that's who's in the game for the Spurs.
Some big points there. I mean, they got him on a nice play to get the ball right to the bucket.
And exactly what they're looking for down the stretch, Clark. Just more of the same.
Here's Mr. Perfect. That 3 off the mark. Timberwolves trail by 6. Here's Bayless. That's good. Bayless has got 5. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Dellavedova, the pass to Mr. Perfect. And another basket for San Antonio.
Strong work for him at the offensive end, helping them to maintain that lead.
Kicks it to Levine. There's the 3. And that comes off the assist by Jared Bayless. Bayless has got 4 assists now tonight. Spurs leading by 3. Here's Mr. Perfect. 33 points for him. tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good.
And so much for repeating the three-point barrage he put on in the first half. Nothing here in the second.
Here's Aldridge, and 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line.
The Spurs have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2. The first free throw is good. Some changes for Minnesota. Gorgie Dangs checked in for Towns. Evan Fournier comes in for Zach LaVine. And it's Mills in for Jared Bayless. .139 left in the third quarter of the game. From the high post, here's Mahimi, and he jams it with authority.
And putting in the work on the boards, and it's paying off with chances like that.
And Gia, he does put in the work. You're right. It's why he's on the finishing end of one putback slam after another.
Well, his effort has never been a question mark. He is an incredibly self-motivated player.
And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for San Antonio.
And they've made the long range look like a layup at times in this one, guys.
It's been a hot shooting night for them, too. I mean, they've hit a lot of those mid-range jump shots.
That one is off. And he sinks the second. Spurs leading by 8. Inside, they kick it out to Green. Mr. Perfect the pass to Chalmers. Here's Mr. Perfect. Offensive rebound, Spurs. Here's Leonard. There's the basket and make it a double-digit lead. Leonard's got his first points of the night.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boards.
Clark, it wouldn't hurt. Some extra possessions would definitely help narrow the gap and maybe swing the momentum.
The Spurs have gone a somewhat subpar 4 of 10 on their shots in the second half so far. Here's Mr. Perfect. Drains the three-pointer. Mr. Perfect's got 7 points for the quarter.
This guy is simply having a great game from outside.
Passes it to Dang. Unloads from 9. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot.
He's obviously hit a bit of a dry spell here. Only 1 of 5 this quarter.
Chalmers passes to Mr. Perfect. Dishes it to Mahimi. Lets it go from 11. Connects. The jumper drops. Mahimi's got the lead up to 13 now for the Spurs. Inside. Here's Trichet, and the Timberwolves tack on 2 more.
Timeout Spurs.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. It's San Antonio up 11. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us. And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. The Minnesota Timberwolves come into this one following a loss to Brooklyn. And a look at the five for the Timberwolves to start the fourth. The athletic duo of Levine and Wiggins on the perimeter. Then there's Towns. Then it's Jared Bayless and Shelton in at the power forward position.
Another bucket in the paint? That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
Yeah, the defense is all about disrupting time right now. It's not getting it done.
No good for Mr. Perfect.
That's really too easy a chance to miss, guys. He needs to be more aggressive and focused on his finishes. Not too much congestion in the lane. I think he could have gotten a better shot that time, no question.
And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it three.
What handle? You broke the D down to the ground with that move. Talk about complete control. Everything working in this one for Mr. Perfect. He has 38 points. And talk about the three ball for him. Wow. Unbelievable from long distance.
Clark, there have been some fireworks from deep today. Boy, he is just dangerous out there.
Matthew Dellavedova has checked in for Mario Chalmers. That free throw good from Mr. Perfect.
They're really doing a good job working hard to get inside and draw contact, a little more so than they did in the first half.
And defensively, if you're trying to battle back, you can't keep sending them to the line.
Levine, and that comes off the assist by Jared Bayless. Bayless has got 5 assists in the game. No good for Mr. Perfect. Timberwolves trail by 9. Levine kicks to Bayless. The 10-footer. Nice spin off the left rim and in. 10 points for Karl Anthony Towns.
And that lead pass allowed him to get straight to the rim unabated in stride.
Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Now Bayless on the wing. Wiggins. This one for 3. Rebound San Antonio. Mr. Perfect's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Lets it go from deep. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Wiggins kicks to Towns. The feed to Levine. Drops in the tray. And now just a 4-point Spurs lead.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
There's the bucket. Good.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
Teardrop shot. Here's Shelton. And there are the Timberwolves with another bucket.
And when they desperately needed to get things turned around, they were able to rally and get back into it.
And, Greg, it was really their defense just as much as their offense that served as the real catalyst, and I think it allowed them to put that run together.
The shot's good from Mr. Perfect.
He's doing it all for them right now on the offensive side. No matter what the defense has done, they haven't been able to find an answer to stop him, and he's had an answer for every defense he's seen. You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers, and theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
And now, your Spurs dance team.
checked in for Minnesota. Look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. Timberwolves trail by 5. Here is Bayless. Here's the screen. He kicks it to Fournier. Misses off the left iron.
Boy, that's a warm-up jumper there. I mean, when you're a pro, you can't make excuses for missing that one.
Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it.
Spurs leading by 7. Down low, here's Leonard. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
That is some real serious dime dropping there. Exquisite assist.
Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. Well, I was able to listen in on the Timberwolves head coach talking to his team. He was riding them pretty hard for the number of silly fouls they've committed in this game. He said, listen, we need to have some defensive discipline. Stop biting on the shot fakes, stop reaching in, and stop giving them free points at the free throw line. We'll see if they'll respond, guys.
Thanks, Doris. That's good.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
Here is Bayless. The 3. Count that one.
Boy, they've been terrific from beyond here in the second.
Exactly what the doctor ordered. Those 3-point bombs will erase the deficit quickly if they can keep it up.
Here we go, San Antonio. Please.
Here's Mr. Perfect. 3-pointer. They get the rebound. Sharp. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket.
And that'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the boards.
You know what? No rebounds, no rings, and they've controlled the boards, and that's what's given them control of this game.
.114 left in the game. Now Bayless. He feeds it to Towns. No good with the layup.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for the Spurs.
Steve, I agree. You know, I think the attitude was very impressive. Clark, you had talked about this before the game. Definitely a competitive game, and they fought through it each step of the way.
Yeah, absolutely. They put a tremendous performance in terms of effort and intensity, and they deserve to win this one.
And so that moves their record to 11 wins.
This is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
Greg, I don't think it'll play out quite that simply, though. The team coming out on the losing end of game 1 is just
right, fellas, see if we can take it. A couple stops, a couple buckets, and we get the W.
So I think the edge goes to the losing team.
And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was for Mr. Perfect. He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long.
.24 seconds left in the 4th quarter of this one. Mills can't hit. The clock now can just run out for the Spurs. Here's Mr. Perfect. Picked by Humphries. Here's Mr. Perfect. No good. And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, and I thought good execution really played a big part throughout.
And that'll do it, folks. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. Now time to head over to the studio where the award-winning Ernie Johnson is with Shaq and Kenny, all standing by. Guys, take it away.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Many thanks, Kevin. So now we move on to our Jordan player of the game, Freak. Just a monster first quarter of the game. He came out hot and just never cooled down. That boost he gave his team early on, a huge factor. Kenny, your thoughts?
In terms of three-point shooting, this could be framed as a historic performance. Hitting that many three-point shots in a single game is borderline impossible. The pressure was off the rest of the guys offensively. They just had to worry about getting him the ball and setting screens. Then it was bombs away.
It's all about the production. I mean, nothing really fazed this guy tonight. He was the primary option. They needed a bucket. He delivered. He didn't have any problem scoring. They never really had a way to slow him down. Come on.
And folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure. For Kenny the Jet Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a great night.